Fan, jag satt i varenda jävla rhyme.
Hello and welcome to the Seeking Heaven channel. I'm your host, Tamara Caulder Richardson, a 6-time near-death experiencer, as well as an evidential medium, starseed, and channeler. If you haven't subscribed, please do and watch past episodes. And when you're subscribing, click the bell so you can get all the episodes. And I do have 2 episodes a week and some excellent past episodes. And we discuss anything from near-death experiences with me and my guests. Sometimes it's just me doing spiritual teachings. I have guests that are friends that come on and we discuss things like the multiverse, time travel, UFOs, ET communication, near-death experiences, and more. So thank you for watching. And also, if you want to receive a reading from me, you can go to southernbellmedium.com /book a session. And if you're interested, I do evidential medium, life path readings on an akashic level, as well as on this earth plane, including, if you're open to it, also your galactic history. So it's very evidential in things that I do, and I do this professionally and I do this internationally. So if you're interested to look into that, also check out my new Ascension school, which is academyofdivinewisdom.com. And by signing up for the newsletter, you'll get a free 30-minute Christ-like meditation, as well as being able to see new events coming up. And I have some really exciting things like Craig Campobasso on the Galactic Races series. That's still going on. You can still purchase that. We're going to have our new release coming up. And then we've got all the way through April. So you're not behind if you want to sign up for that. And then also, finally, check out my store, the Seeking Heaven channel store, where I have custom designs. I used to own an advertising agency. I'm a trained visual award-winning designer, as well as slogan and copywriter. And you can see some of these really cool designs: Rockstar Seed, the Galactic Federation. I work for the Office of Christ, and I do. And you can check this out. This is just a sample. There's so many things on there. So welcome. I want to talk about our topic today, and that is Tamara's Dating's do's and don't tips for men. Right in time for Valentine's. So welcome, everybody. I want to tell you how this came up. I talked to several of my friends, men and women, about what they look for when they're first dating, like the first date or two. And I wanted to go over some of these things with you. First of all, I think it's okay. So I'm going to put my say in it, and then I'm going to tell you the feedback I got too. So I'll kind of go, bounce back and forth. But it's okay to pre-screen people. There's certain things that you want in a woman. If you want a career-oriented woman or a mother or a stay-at-home, it's okay. Nowadays, you have, online dating services where you can, fill that information out, or, heck, telephone, email. You can do it in a nice way, but you can kind of find out, hey, what's she looking for? Just be light about it to pre-screen before you actually go on a date with them, because, you don't want to waste their time. You don't want to waste your time. And then once you get past that, I know that men are very visual, and they, which, women like attractive things too, but that was a big top concern is, personality and all that matters too, but also the appearance of a woman that how she looks. But I want to go over a couple of things that I got from the women's feedback. And I contacted some women that I know. They're women. And look, if you're straight, gay, whatever, this, common courtesies and good hygiene and having a positive attitude is for everybody. Okay. So, you put in whatever feels right for you, and what doesn't, that's okay. So hopefully this will help you up your game, especially with Valentine's around the corner. So what I found out from women, and when I talked to them, what they did not like men to do when they're being courted by a gentleman, and that would be, they don't like bragging on achievements or self. They don't mind mentioning things, but they didn't like a braggart. Many said they didn't like smoking. And if you're a smoker and they're a smoker, that's okay. But if you're a smoker and you just need to reveal that, because that can be a deal breaker for some people. And then I also got one person responded and said, loves a guy that loves his mama, but's not a mama's boy. And I thought that was kind of cool. I think that's totally what attracted to me, me to my husband, is he was so sweet about his family, the way he talked about them and his sisters and stuff, that I thought, oh, what a nice person, and he was so respectful and caring the way he talked about them. But at the same time, if you get in a relationship with them, put your significant other first. Okay. Because there's an order to things, but it is sweet for people to acknowledge their family. The other thing is hygiene. Got a lot of that from women. No unpressed clothes. I mean, boy, they just spit this thing out. When I asked them, it was like, boom. I couldn't even write it down fast enough. Shine shoes. That's a big one for me. If I see the shoes are old and not shine, gone. If I don't see haircut and fix, gone. I mean, it's a wonder that, any of us end up together. I mean, women are much harsher than men. Just saying, my observation, Tamara. This is my tip. So this is my observation on this. But women did mention they don't like clothes that don't fit. One of my biggest peeves that I notice with especially some men that haven't had a female influence, their mother or their sisters or girlfriend tell them they wear their jeans too big. Their jeans are too big and it's sagging on your butt. You don't want it Euro up your butt fit where it's so tight that you can see what that Christmas present is, but you definitely want to have them fitted. And you can always tell someone who hasn't been in a religion, they got these big old jeans. And if you lose or gain weight, just, get a new pair. Just go to Old Navy or whatever needs to happen. Because I see that's a big one. You can just tell if the jeans don't fit right. And if they're really tight and they're rolled up, I'm thinking, okay, that man's a lot of work. They like fashion more than I do. So that's something else, that you can think of. The other thing is manicured, grooming, no shabby beards, no loose hairs, hair trimmed. I mean, girls went right into it. No ears, nose hairs, no bad breath, clean their car, no junky car, no dog hairs in the car. And I even they need to shave their backs. Y'all, you just need to set up what is it? The Brazilian on all the areas that are too hairy. Now, some people aren't hairy, but if you're hairy like Shabaka, you might want to consider that. So that was just right off what I got. So I want to jump right now, kind of because it was such a big deal about clothing to the women. I want to go ahead and jump in, like what not to do. So this is Tamara's don't tip. So first of all, this first guy, pick a color. It's like pick a lane. Pick a color. Are we going with purples or going with the rainbow? It's not. I don't know what kind of fashion this is. I really have no clue what this is. The shoes or Birkenstocks, sandals, no, don't do it. You really, unless you've got really beautiful toes like Jesus, don't be wearing sandals. Most guys' toes don't look that great. I'm just telling you, they don't. Unless you go to a salon, and get them done. No, I wouldn't start there. His hair is not style. He's got a scraggly beard. His clothes aren't pressed. Okay. The guy in the middle, he's got jeans on, but he's got a sloppy t-shirt. His socks are dirty socks, not good. But basically anytime you would wear something that's really comfortable at home, you're just not going to wear dating clothes out that's comfortable. You're meant to be slightly uncomfortable when you wear really clothes that fit good. And I picked this guy with the hot dog. Is that you would be surprised how many men I've seen show up, my guy friends, in the past with food on them. And I'm like, no, that is just nasty. Do not be showing up with hot dog chili on you. Matter of fact, don't even eat a hot dog. Don't even you know what? Like women, y'all don't need to be eating. If your salad's going to splash on you, eat something safe. And so go change. I mean, things happen, I understand. But overall, grooming was important. So before I'm going to go into the do's, as far as appearance, because that was an important to women, and then I'm going to give you some feedback on some things. as we get a little bit more into flirting and touching, because I got feedback on that. And then I have some opinions about that. Isn't this fun for Valentine's? Isn't this fun? You get to know me a little better. I get to know you. We get to do this little Valentine thing. I mean, what do you think? It's fun, right? All right. So let's continue. So this is the do's and the don'ts. So this is the don'ts. So when you're in a first, this is about a first, third date, this kind of thing. Again, you can pre-screen over the phone, whatever you do, find out things that, yeah, okay, I'm still interested. When you're meeting them, don't be arrogant or braggy. Do not dress sloppy. Women don't like that. They don't like you smelling bad either. Make you need to smell good. Don't wear too much cologne. Don't smell like a perfume factory or a cologne factory, but do look nice. Smell good. Women notice that. No bad hygiene. Shaved hair. Shaved hair. Yeah, shave your hair. No, get a haircut. Shave your face. Really look pristine. Put that extra attention into everything being clean and pressed. Don't talk about yourself too much. Women really like when it's all about them. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're going to win the day if you're like, no, tell me about you, and tell me, that's so fascinating. Tell me about you. Tell me about you. Tell me about you, and be a good listener. That's going to win the day. Don't text or look at your phone at all. Be attentive to your princess. You've got this beautiful woman in front of you. Okay, well, maybe you found out she's not so beautiful. She's still a person. Do be kind and be there. Even if you're just there for coffee and you don't plan on seeing them again, be a nice person. Don't talk about past relationships unless they ask. And if you do, just say, oh, blah, 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 didn't work out, so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da-da. Don't go into a lot. You better end that quick. And that's why I'm really interested in you. You better switch that back over to them. And then I've got here, try not to kiss on the first date. Don't grope your date. No dirty talk. Okay, let's talk about groping and kissing. I'm sorry. This is funny. You just have to laugh. So I asked the women about this. And one of the things they kept saying is don't be touchy. Wherein I asked the men what they liked about the women. They liked when they were touchy. So, part of it's your signals. You really like someone. I think it's totally okay to slap them on the, in the arm, the arm, kind of like, the forearm or here. Oh, that's a kind of lightly touch. That's okay. The leg, the thigh. No. A lot of women, half of the women said no kissing in the first date. Some said a peck. They all agreed no tongue. Sorry, guys. I'm just saying. I'm not saying there's not women out there. I'm just telling you, if you really like someone, you're trying to be respectful. You got plenty of time for the tongue. If you like them, it's just about bringing it in, having a little control. Look, you're grown. I'm not telling anything you don't already know. But this is what came back. Also, squeezing, gripping, absolutely no. Don't even do that. The other thing I have to go here, and I did want to mention this, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of pathetic. Don't say or even mention nudie pictures. Women are very touchy about that. When I say no dirty talk, just keep it clean, keep it really respectful, because I heard some horror stories as I began asking people about things. And I got a funny couple stories that I don't know if I keep any say on YouTube, quite honestly, because it's partway scandalous. Just keep it clean. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to jump into, I know y'all want to say, what's that story? Maybe if we have time. So let's go ahead and talk about what you should dress like and what are some do's that women really like that's good and safe. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about this. This guy looks like a young Richard Gere. I don't know, but he's clean shaven. He does have a little bit of stubble thing, but whatever. His hair looks like he just had it trimmed. It looks fantastic. He looks very clean. He's got a press thing. Yeah. Who wears a 3-piece suit? I don't know, but I don't know what your function is that you'd be going to, but he does have his tie a little down to have kind of like a little attitude, but he can pull it off. A lot of people couldn't pull it off. They'd look like a bum, but he looks very nice. And then you're seeing here a guy shaving. Yes, shave. Look how beautiful his face is. Like he's shaving and good. Plus, sometimes that stubble is painful, that stubble. And it just looks scraggly sometimes. So just clean up. This guy's combing his hair. Good deal. Now let's look at the guy, these are just a couple casual looks. So here's a guy, he's got a little bit of stubble, but he's got, look, his shoes are clean and stylish. They're not tennis shoes either. Look at that. The gray with the black piping. He's got jeans, but they're new jeans. They don't have cuts and holes and lines, which I do have a lot of those. They're really cool. But, depending on your first date, I don't know if you want to look like, a trendsetter too much. You don't want to, you play it safe. You can tell these are definitely designer jeans. They're fitted. Do you see how it fits? But it's not, it really does not need to be any tighter than that. And then he's got a fitted, it actually fits him a shirt. Most guys wear clothes too big. I'm just going to tell you, including my husband. I have to say, no, I know you want to think you're Hercules, but you're much smaller and it's not a bad thing. But you need to wear tighter clothes because you can't even see yourself. So this guy has a fitted but clean, not too tight shirt and a nice jacket, which gives it a sports jacket, a really nice look. And then the aviators are just badass. And then he's got male jewelry, but not too much to make you think he's too much work. Then the guy with the bald head with the little goatee thing, again, clean shaven, but he's still got like a little manly, look, but it's done professionally. He's got the blue shirt, but it's pressed. Look at that. And the white shirt is clean. It's clean. It doesn't have any markings on it. The black jeans are very stylish. He rolled them up. Honestly, for me, if a guy rolled his pants up, I would think he has a woman in his life, or he's like a metrosexual, like he needs a lot of, he may need a lot of attention. And I actually like the attention more. So that would be like, most guys don't do that. He could need a lot of attention, but then again, it could be a Euro thing. So I don't know. Anyway, the white tennis shoes, totally white. I mean, just stark white tennis shoes are always popping. It looks hot. Okay. So that's just clean. See how clean these guys look? Very, and put your style in, whatever your style is. If you want to funk it up more or funk it down and be preppy, whatever your style. So I just wanted to go over what some of the women talked about that was a pet peeve. They just basically, they do like flirting, but that is, you need to see if there's signals there. If they have signals and they start flirting with you, you can do that and you can ask them questions. You can look at them directly, make eye contact. There's different ways to do that. Guys like to touch their hair, kind of pull their head back, puff their chest out. They do different things. Sometimes they'll touch the arm. That's okay. But you just want to keep it respectful. The other thing is, don't wear a baseball cap on a date unless you're in the middle of the hot sun in a park. But I'd still say, try to say no, because they want to see your face. They want to see you got hair. And if you don't have hair, that's cool too. But it's kind of like a job interview. Would you wear a baseball cap on that? I mean, just try not, I would just honestly not wear, girls too. Don't wear a hat on the first time you meet someone because they want to see your face. And the big thing is just be really attentive. Always tell your date they look pretty. Even if they don't look, even if you're not going to, you're like, oh, they're okay. You can still say, you look nice. How are you? You can still do that. But I think that's just courteous. But especially if you really think they're pretty, say, wow, you look really pretty, and try to control that. Not like, whoa, look at that hot tamale. Try to control. Women are going to respect that because especially if they really put a lot into it and you're like trying to hold yourself back a little bit, they really take note of that and they appreciate it because it shows self-control. I got to laugh about this. Anyway, so you want to keep it in the conversation. You want to keep it light. You want to keep it fun. Ultimately, you want to give date options. I mean, I think in the beginning, unless you've talked to them a lot via whatever, phone, email, dating apps, computer, Zoom, I don't know what you do, but unless you really screen it out and you're really cool, I don't know if I would commit to some long date if you don't really like them. And you don't want to be rude. You always want to be a gentleman, but I would just pick something that's, this doable and light, like a lunch or a coffee or whatever, and then go from there. And then from there, you can talk about activities that you might like and then offer different suggestions. And one thing that you can do is offer different, do you want it Mexican tonight? Mexican food? Do you want Italian? Do you want this? Do you want that? And let them decide. One of the ladies that I asked said, look, someone asked me to a restaurant and had really hot food. And she goes, I can't eat hot food. And I was miserable the whole day because I couldn't find anything to eat. And that she had really bad acid reflux and her stomach was hurting. So just kind of keep in mind, not everybody eats spicy food. Try to play it safe on that because that can affect things. Do you find out, what that person likes and doesn't like, what they can eat or not eat? And, I think the big thing is to just show your heart, especially for guys, and to just, might as well just put it out there. Hey, this, and that. And if they disagree, just say, oh, well, okay. It's cool if they don't, but you really want someone to love you for you and your heart, essentially, eventually. Right. And so put it out there. And I think that as far as dating for Valentine's and so forth, just be really thoughtful. I got to tell you, if people are thinking of gifts, as far as guys, if you're thinking of gifts, I'm going to tell you a couple winners. Yeah, roses are always awesome. Okay. Who doesn't like roses? I like bright, hot pink and bright orange mixed in. I love hot pink and orange. Can you tell? These are my new prescription glasses. They're cool, right? Anyway, I really like chocolate covered strawberries from Sherry's Berries. They're expensive, they're really high quality, and they're really good. And they have white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. You can have them with sprinkles. You can have them with nuts on it. They come in like in an ice box. They're very fancy the way they're delivered, but that's a great idea to do. Teddy bear, I mean, a great thing to do. It's different and it's delicious. That and champagne, strawberries, and get that and champagne. Bam. I mean, bam. That is great. And also, if you suffer through a romantic comedy, like really suffer through it, I know you probably you might secretly like it, but probably not. You're probably not going to like it. But if you secretly suck it up for her and say, well, if you want to do that and don't complain, or that ruins your brownie points that you just earned, that's always good. If you're already dating someone, I think that try to do that. So, mainly be attentive to what each other wants to do. You don't want it to be solely about food. You want it to be about one another. But just be your best self and bring it forward. And always remember the laugh. And same with women. If you don't like who you're with, it's cool. You're just wasting your way. If you're really miserable in a day, you're only wasting an hour or two. If you're, you know what I'm saying? Always be nice, and eventually the right one will see that spark in you, will laugh at all the jokes that you say that no one else will, and will think you're fantastic. So have fun on Valentine's, and thanks for watching. And I'll go back next week to talk about Atlantis with my author historian friend Michael LaFlemme, and we'll talk more about that and the channeled readings of Atlantis and what actually happened. So stay tuned next week and subscribe, okay, and tell your friends. Much love to you guys. And have fun on Valentine's. Mwah! And subscribe to my channel. Bye.
Fan, jag satt i varenda jävla rhyme.
Please subscribe, like, and make comments. And support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.